cases. Now, we're not going to bother with the really blatant offenders because they tend to be pretty easy to weed out with just a little bit of digging. They're typically the guys who are renting out airplanes, their Lambos, and just trying to sell you on their course, which, if anything, is either content they took from someone else or it's them just making up some garbage and putting a pretty little bow on it. Now,
more times than not, I generally feel like it does start off with good intentions, you know, just documenting your lifestyle or documenting like your success, your journey to maybe basically being financially wealthy. But then it's like all of a sudden you have a little bit of success with your business and now you're a financial expert.
We gotcha, we got you, bud.
Right? It's like Ice Spice or any of these people who have like a couple hit songs. It's like them making a hit song and then within the year they're telling you how to last in the music industry. It's like you're basically a baby, or you're basically a puppy, right, in terms of like having longevity in this space. So to turn around and all of a sudden be like an expert after having that a good year business-wise is a fine line, you know? The advice they're about to give you, is it built on like concrete or built on like a solid foundation, or is it built on a house of cards because they had one good year during a pandemic or during a recession or whatever it is, whatever circumstances that led to their success at that point, you know?
It's a big club and you ain't in it.
Based on videos I've seen from Sebastian, Jordan Welch, Bihaza, and Iman, Gadzhi, all these other people, more times than not, even in terms of the income that they show you, YouTube may not necessarily be the largest income that they show you, although I think it probably is, but it will definitely be the most profitable, meaning that there's lower expenses, lower overhead to make the content that they make, more times than not, compared to a dropshipping business where you have to deal with refunds, delivery fee, chargebacks, the product fee itself, all this shit. For the most part, YouTube video, all you really need is an editor, a thumbnail maker, and the profits or the potential income is endless. There's no necessarily fixed profit. It just depends on how many people watch the content that you make. So that's the shit. That's the thing with YouTube, bro. There's no the income potential is elastic, and it could literally be a 1 or 2 man show, and that's it. So the YouTube feeds into the business feeds into the YouTube a little bit, and it gives them the authority to continue to spit the financial or business advice they're giving
in an attempt to win your trust and impress you. Now, here's the second way they lie to you, which is they say things like, I'm just like you. Truth is, they're not. They're outliers. In fact, they're extreme outliers. We're talking about people in their early 20s who've already amassed enough money to put them in the top 1% of 1%. So in essence, they are probably not good role models to emulate. Let's break it down using something I call the success formula. Success equals skill times hard work times duration divided by luck. Or put another way, how good you are times how hard you work times how long you work divided by just getting lucky and being in the right place and the right opportunity at the right time. Now we can immediately discard hard work and duration as the variables of these young YouTubers' success, because while I'm sure they do in fact work hard, in reality, a lot of people work really hard. That's not unique. Also, duration is completely irrelevant because they just haven't been playing the game for very long, given the fact that they're so young.
Yesterday they were making 10K per month, approximately, or 100K per year. For the past 5 years, I could see them having more business credibility in that industry or field. But to make 6 figures 1 year or 2 years, and then all of a sudden turn around and be a business expert, that's kind of weird to me, because like you haven't been in the game long enough. But then it's like they want to document their journey, but at the same time they can't in a way turn themselves into a business expert. So it's like, you know, can I really trust you, or are you just talking shit just to like get an additional source of income?
Do something else! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else! Holy!
And speaking of like the courses and shit, right? All I'll say with the courses in general is have at least 3 months worth of savings, like an emergency savings fund, in your savings account before buying anybody's courses. So if your monthly expenses is $1,000, have at least $3,000 saved up in your savings account. That'll be money that is exclusive to your own personal needs, like rent, groceries, shit like that. You don't use that money to fund any of your business ventures or fund the course, right? And then any additional money that you have, you save it up to buy the course and do whatever needs to be done to fund that business. And ideally, you actually want to bootstrap the business, meaning that you only use your own money from your regular job or part-time job or other side hustles, and avoid using credit until the business itself has become profitable. Once it's profitable, then you use credit to add basically gasoline to the fire and accelerate the growth. But if it's not profitable, avoid using credit. You're more likely to get into credit card debt. Shumbo. But you need at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up in your savings account before buying any of these online courses. I find too many times people will they'll take their last savings or their last $1,000 in the hopes of betting on themselves, right?
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Because they think that business will give them income within the next couple months. When more times than not, most businesses are not profitable for at least 2 or 3 years.
Two factors that matter most are skill and luck. Now, we can assume, since they are such extreme outliers, that they did in fact have some pretty damn good luck, which just isn't helpful to you and me, because luck generally isn't replicatable. This brings us to the last variable in the success formula, skill. And there's one component of skill in particular that's important for us to understand, and that's the role of talent or innate ability. The unsexy truth is these guys who managed to achieve outsized success so young in life probably had some innate ability that gave them a unique advantage. It's all but impossible to quantify what that is, but it is there.
There's straight up lies, and then there's lying by omission. You'll say shit. This thing helped me get to so-and-so outcome, but you leave out the inner workings of what actually led to that shit. I saw this one tweet a while ago about Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, who dropped out of school or who didn't finish school. But people always leave out that their parents were already well off. The parents had gave them you could say a safety net, right? As they were working on this revolutionary business or company. So it was not like their parents were just regular. The parents were well off. I think Zuckerberg, his dad was a lawyer, his mom was something in medicine. But either way, both of their parents were able to give their child a safety net. Most of us don't have a parents giving us a safety net, a large safety net or ability to invest in the business that we are going. More than likely, you're a child of immigrant parents who already don't really have much to give you except for just love and morals and stuff like that. But to give you tangible money to invest in this and it fail and them still be okay, nah.
Closer, every day me I be calling, babe. Wanna tell you that I'm sorry, babe. Make you come and make you go today. I still love you and you know it, babe. Every day me I be calling, babe. Wanna tell you that I'm sorry, babe. Make you come and make you go today. I still love you, babe. One lie, baby, our love is a sweet game.